Oh, we'll see, parents, they coming for y'all. We got a learning recession, baby. Here we go.
Walk, walk in, chest great, we don't play. Staff talk sharp like a quiz on a Monday. Whiteboard wars, yeah, we grade all day. If you can't take that heat, stay out the hallway. Hey, this is the staff room. Say it loud, say it loud. The staff room.
Let's get into it.
Okay, so I had to do this one real quick, and I'm going to drop this one today because my wife sent it to me, and automatically it put me in a different type of mood because this is what they do. I love it. Now, parents, they're coming for you now. They said we ain't messing with teachers. We're coming for y'all now. This one's crazy. So apparently we're in a learning recession. Okay, and we're gonna watch a quick video of a news reporter, and she's gonna discuss what a learning recession is and why the data says that we are in one. I love this type of thing. What they're going to do is manipulate the data. They're going to manipulate what everything says. Then they're going to take it now. They're going to lessen the blame that's on teachers. They're going to put it on the parents. But I'm going to tell you exactly why it shouldn't be on neither of them in this case. It needs to be on the government and the policymakers. And it's very, very clear. Let's check this out.
Robin are calling this both a reading and learning recession at schools across the country. This new report called the Education Scorecard found that reading.
I love this. The education scorecard. They're about to tell us exactly why we're in the learning recession because it's just all in the data. It's exactly what it tells us every time. I can't wait for this.
Scorecard found that reading scores are down in 83% of school districts in the U.S. in the past 10 years. Math scores dropped in 70% of districts, and this does transcend wealthy and poor districts. What's critical here is that.
Tell me what's critical. Please tell me what's critical. I want you to tell me what's critical because clearly we just missed something huge. If it's consistent across wealthy and poor districts, all of a sudden it's not about bad teachers anymore. All of a sudden it's not about bad schools anymore. It's all the way across. That's because it's bad programs. This is parents. They're going to put it on you now. Teachers are rising up. Now they're going to say that it's your fault when clearly if it's across the board, that's a leadership problem. That's a policymaker problem. That's a government problem, just like all the rest of our problems. Let's continue.
The decline in scores started happening before the pandemic. This report says there are a couple factors to blame. One is social media. So according to Pew Research, nearly half of teens say that they are online constantly. About 1/3 of 17-year-olds now say that they never or hardly ever read for fun. Research.
Teachers, haven't we been saying that for years? We've been saying that for years. This is what I mean. I don't want to see. First things first, educators and the educated. I don't want to see this garbage. Don't show me some stupid graphic that you probably made from AI with a couple of numbers on it. I want to see everything. I want to see the data. I want to see the trends. I want to see the ups. I want to see the downs. I want to see the dates. If you're going to just put up a graphic with some numbers on it, you might as well insult me. We're educated. We know we have to look at trends. We know there's ups and there's downs. And we've been saying social media was a problem for the longest time. So again, isn't that a policy issue? Isn't that a government issue? We told you that we needed to put more restrictions on social media for kids. Other countries are doing it right now. But nope, that wasn't the case. So parents, they're putting it on you now. You are the ones letting your kids watch social media all day. You are the ones not allowing your kids to read for fun. They're literally blaming you. What are we going to do now? Keep going.
Say that another factor is the end of that controversial No Child Left Behind law that did threaten penalties on schools that didn't meet national testing standards. Data shows it did coincide with at least a rise in math scores. Now, the teacher shortage, another issue here. This report does recommend identifying school districts that need more funding and encouraging coursework that keeps students engaged. And this is really key.
Oh my God, my mind just blew. Oh, I gotta get me a soundboard because my mind just exploded. So notice how they recognized No Child Left Behind, and you see what they did, right? They wanted to make sure that they put in the controversial No Child Left Behind. At the very least, it made math scores rise. No, it didn't. No, it didn't. It was trash. It was garbage. It forced you to push a bunch of kids through that we try to tell you didn't have the ability to read. We told you that. Y'all pushed them through anyway. And now you're going to tell us, oh, this is exactly what they try to tell us about slavery. Oh, well, at least it taught some people how to build houses and trades. Just stop talking. This is the problem, is that we allow this stuff to poison the way things really are. And then they want to reclassify the definition of woke because we want to tell each other to keep our eyes open for this garbage. It's their fault. They did it. They're the ones that had put the policies in place. And then she's going to talk about the curriculum. We need stronger curriculum. We've been telling you that too. Teachers, this is your day. I need you to share this one. This is your day. They're going to sit here and lie to your face and tell you that that you guys were not telling everybody this in the first place, and that the parents were not saying these things in the first place when they clearly poisoned your kids and blamed it on the teachers. Sitting there telling people that teachers are in classrooms talking about LGBTQ things, and they're talking about all these things are fake. They did it. They did it. And here's your proof.
Keeping kids engaged, but also keeping them in class, because we know that a huge problem, especially with high schools, is those chronic absences among so many students.
There you go, parents. They coming after you again. Make sure your kid is in school, parents. This is all your fault, parents. I've been saying this for a while now. The problem with our education system is that we don't value education as a whole. And now the government's going to blame you. They've already blamed the educators. That's not going to work anymore because educators are educated. This is why they want to attack education. Because only uneducated people can identify these flaws in what they're saying and in the data.
They're just not showing up in class.
So all this was happening even before the pandemic.
And that's what's really different about this. We knew that after the pandemic, there was a decline in scores. Now we're seeing that this was happening at the same time that social media really started proliferating in this age group, and at the same time that those testing standards started going away, which raises concerns that it's a bigger problem than we had thought.
Yeah.
And
Oh my God. I'm starting to believe that the term "we" doesn't include the people that it should include, the educators. I'm starting to believe that we live in an alternate reality. Parents, this one's for you. You better say something because they're going to get you. They're going to get you. This is all your fault because you allowed your kids to look at social media for God knows how long. And the problem is that there's going to be a bunch of parents out there that feed into that garbage, and they're going to start, get rid of social media, get rid of this, get rid of that. Go ahead, get rid of social media. You want to see our economy really tank? Most people that are getting paid these days aren't getting paid for jobs. Why? Because you told us that college didn't matter. Start a business. And most of them started the business where? On the internet. And they utilize social media to promote their businesses. So if you start talking about social media and that's all of a sudden because somebody wants to get a seat in the government, they're going to say, oh, we can't use social media for XYZ. Then we're really going to crash. But I digress. We've been telling you this for a long time, and now you want to start buying into it. Yup. Kids don't want to read anymore. Why? Because you told them they didn't have to. Kids don't want to have accountability anymore. Why? Because you told them they don't need it. But when teachers told you, it was the curriculum and the programs, and it was the stupid standards that you put in place, and No Child Left Behind. When teachers told you all of that, all of those things, we were wrong. When clearly the research shows that teacher autonomy promotes active engagement. Why? Because teachers know their kids. Stop pretending like these things aren't something that has always been an issue. You knew because we told you. Staff room.
Walk in, chest great, we don't play. Staff